Hey, are you visiting Madison anytime soon and wondering what there is to do? Well, then you've come to the right place because in this video, I'm going to be going over the top 50 things to do in Madison and nearby areas. I'm Josh with the Lavik Home Team, your source for all things real estate, but I'm also been a resident in the Madison area for most of my life. And so whether you've lived here a long time and looking for some new ideas, or you're new to the area and you just want some ideas on some fun stuff to do, here's a list of 50 of the best things to do in Madison and nearby areas in Wisconsin. Ready? Here we go. So rapid fire. Number one, State Street. If you've not been on State Street, it's this really cool pedestrian mall right downtown. There's tons of different shops, restaurants, cool different things unique, and it's just an absolute cool experience. If you haven't been to State Street, you need to get there. And at the top of State Street, as you keep going up the hill, you're going to eventually get to the state capitol. That's number two. So it's free. You can go in there, check it out. Madison is the capital in Wisconsin, and it's just this iconic, amazing building. It's viewable from all over Dane County because none of the buildings around it, due to the zoning ordinances, are higher than the Capitol. So the Capitol just really towers above everything else. Really cool place to go. Number three, Old Brick Gardens. Oh my gosh, if you like just botanical gardens and just a peaceful, serene experience, highly recommend Old Brick Gardens. Lots of cool stuff there. Lots of cool plants to check out. Just a really cool garden vibe and good experience. All right, number four, Union Terrace. Okay, one of the best places to go for sure on summer, watch the sunset on Lake Mendota is the University of Wisconsin, UW Union Terrace. So for sure, it's a great spot to go, hang out, grab some food, grab a drink, and watch the sunset. Or you can also go there and watch concerts. Totally an awesome thing to do. Number five, football games at Camp Randall. It's a big deal. Whether you're a football fan or not, football is a big deal in Madison, and on game day Saturdays in the fall, it's definitely happening downtown. So going to Camp Randall and is a full-on Madison experience. And if you like maybe Big Ten college football in other communities, Madison definitely is one of the tops as far as just a good fan experience and lots of cool things to do. Plus, if you also like sports, but maybe like pro sports, there's the Brewers in Milwaukee. So, just about an hour drive east of Madison, you can be at a Brewer game. And the Brewers have been doing awesome lately, right? They finished with some of the most wins in 2025, and they've just been really doing well. And it's just a great experience to go watch the Milwaukee Brewers play some baseball. If you want some minor league baseball and something a little closer, go to the Mallards game, number 7. So minor league baseball, still really fun, great atmosphere, good for families. There's games for kids, just a lot of good experiences. Number 8, similar kind of fun experience could be going to a soccer game, right? We've got our own minor league or a pro soccer team called Forward Madison, and this is over in Breese Stevens Stadium, right downtown Madison. Really cool experience to go to as well if you're a big soccer fan. Or if you like other sports, the University of Wisconsin has tons of sports. So there's UW basketball, hockey, volleyball, all kinds of stuff, wrestling, whatever sports you might be into college-wise, check out some of the UW sports games. They're really a lot of fun. And again, pro sports are also right nearby, right? So you can watch, if you're a basketball fan, for example, and you can go to a UW basketball game, but if you want to watch a pro game, you can go to Milwaukee. There's Milwaukee Bucks. It's just over an hour away, like I said. Or if you want to go up to Green Bay, you can go to watch a Packer game, right? Green Bay Packers right nearby. And a lot of Green Bay is like where football really began, right? In American football. So just such a great experience to be able to go there, go to the games. And I've been to a few games myself, and it's just always a great time going to Green Bay and going to the Packer game. And it's just over a 2.5 hour drive from Madison. So it's not too far. You can do it in the day. Just make a day trip of it if you want, or you can go drive up and do an overnight and then come on back. But common thing that's pretty fun to do, pretty close by. But anyway, back in Madison, so other things besides just sports, right? There's tons of other stuff to do. Item number 12 on the list here, we've got the Dane County Farmers Market. So the farmers market on the weekends, on Saturdays are awesome. There's tons of vendors, tons of good farmers. They come and sell tons of their different local fresh foods, and it's just a really good experience as well. And let's see, next, if you like boating, okay, there's tons of boats all over the place, right? Because Madison is built around a whole bunch of lakes. So some of the best lakes for motor boating, for sure, definitely you'll see boats out on Lake Mendota, Monona, Waubesa and Kegonsa. Those are the four biggest lakes in the Madison area. Or there's thousands of other lakes in Wisconsin. Actually, yeah, thousands, literally like 15,000 lakes throughout Wisconsin. So definitely there's lots of places to go boating if you're into boating, fishing, that kind of thing. Paddle sports. If you're not into maybe motorboating, but you want to do paddle sports, some of the other lakes can be a really good option for that. For canoeing, kayaking, stand-up paddle boards, stuff like that. Lake Wingra is a great option for that, or somewhere on Brittingham Bay or on the Yahara River. You'll definitely see a lot of people out there doing paddle sports in those areas. Let's see. Next up, the zoo. There's actually a great zoo right in Madison. It's the Henry Vilas Zoo. It's free, which is awesome. Or if you want to go check out a little bit larger zoo, there's the zoo in Milwaukee. You can go check that out as well. But zoo in Madison is really top notch and just a great experience to do really most of the time of the year, but especially in the summertime, I think is some of the best times to go there. Next up, art fair on the square. If you're into art and you want something interesting and unique, there's all kinds of festivals in the Madison area all the time. But one of my favorites, I think, is art fair on the square. It's right on the Capitol Square, so they close down the streets and there's all kinds of art vendors all over the place, and you can just see some interesting stuff. Even if you're not going to buy any art, just looking at the different artwork up there, it can be a really fun experience. And and if you're, again, into art, right, there's the Chazen Art Museum. So that's right nearby. It's right on the university campus, right nearby as well. If you've got kids though, and you're also downtown, you want to go to the Children's Museum, is always a good fun place to go. There's lots of different things to experience and things for the kids to interact with at the Children's Museum. I've taken my kids there many times and it's always a fun, good experience as well. Another great thing downtown, you'll probably notice the Overture Center, and is a great place to go see a show or go see orchestra or go see that's where some of the bigger out of town shows come in to visit. And there's just always great. The atmosphere there is just incredible, and it's just an incredible facility, and the acoustics are just incredible. And yeah, the Overture Center is absolutely fabulous. If you want something maybe a little more affordable though, concert wise, highly recommend Concerts on the Square. So in the summertime on Wednesday nights, you can go up near the Capitol Square, and there's people setting out blankets all over the place, and they'll bring snacks and drinks and all kinds of stuff, and people are out there listening to music, and it's for free. Certainly they'll take donations if you want to the chamber orchestra and stuff like that for if you want to, but you don't necessarily have to. It's all just a free concert for anyone who wants to come. And yeah, highly recommend checking that out. It's really a great experience, especially in the summer, as if it's a warm summer night in Madison. Those are some of the best times, I think. And just being up there and being on the square is really just a great experience as well. What else? And the summers in Madison for sure are definitely great. 4th of July, we have fireworks. There's fireworks around in Monona and in the area and other communities. There's also parades. If you're big into biking, you might like to do like the bike loop around Lake Monona. It's a 12-mile bike ride. It's really a great ride. I've done it many times in my life, and there's just bike paths all over the place. But yeah, festivals, like I said, especially spring, summer, fall, there's festivals all over the place. Monona, there's the Sun Prairie Corn Festival, some of the different suburbs, right? McFarland, Oregon, all these different suburbs, they have their own little mini festivals, which is fun to go to. And then if you want a bigger festival, you can go to Milwaukee. Summerfest is like one of the biggest festivals all in like North America, and they've got tons of just music and food and all kinds of stuff. It's just a massive, huge festival and really a pretty fun experience. So it's not right here in Madison. Milwaukee's really not that far away, and it's really easy to do. Just drive over to Milwaukee, head up to Summerfest, and then come on back. If you're into, again, theater and want to see a show, maybe more like drama and that kind of thing, then recommend checking out American Players Theater. Is a really cool outdoor theater, and they have an indoor one, but I think their outdoor theater is really cool. And it's in Spring Green, so just west of Madison, and that's American Players Theater. Really a cool place to go. All right, what else? If you're into other activities and wondering about, okay, maybe the lakes aren't your thing, but there are rivers all over the place. So the Wisconsin River is very popular throughout most of this area, anywhere on the Wisconsin River, really. There's various places you can go on there, or the Rock River, and you can go tubing or canoeing or kayaking. There's lots of great places to go, or fishing, anything like that on any of the rivers right nearby. If you don't have a boat, but you want to still get out on the lakes and take a tour and enjoy it. There's something called the pontoon porch. You can get on the pontoon porch and just cruise around, and you can bring some friends and a guest, get out there and really just enjoy the lake, even if you don't have a boat, but still want to really enjoy that experience. Also in the summers, you'll see the Mad City water ski team does a water ski show right out in front of the Monona Terrace. Really cool thing to do on Sunday evenings, so definitely recommend that. If you're into hiking and want to check out something that it has some more hills and topography and just a beautiful scenery, for sure check out Devil's Lake. It's about an hour north of Madison, right near Baraboo. And at Devil's Lake, it actually reminds me of some places in Colorado. Like there's climbing there, there's rock climbers, there's this big beautiful lake. It almost looks like a mini Switzerland, really. It's really just a beautiful scenery. If you're into the outdoors, highly recommend checking out Devil's Lake. And then next up, camping, right? So if you like being outside, and there's tons of campgrounds around, there's tons of state parks all over the place. Camping is a big deal, actually, throughout the entire state of Wisconsin. There's lots of places to go camping. And whether you have maybe a camper or RV, you can definitely find places for those, or just tent camping or even hiking. There's those options as well. And yeah, as far as other places to go and visit, right? I think if you live in Madison, there's sometimes you can do great day trips or weekend trips, and some of those great places to go that you might want to visit would be like Door County. That's the peninsula that goes up in the Lake Michigan, just past Green Bay. And it's just a beautiful, quiet, kind of real peaceful scenery and vibe up there, and right on Lake Michigan. And it's just really an awesome place to go visit, for sure. Highly recommend going up there. You can also, I did a bike ride all there. There's a bike race I did a couple years ago. It was like a 100-mile bike ride, and it was pretty fun going just through all the small towns and along the coast. And it's really just a beautiful ride. Definitely recommend checking that out. And then there's also an island actually on the further, just past Door County, on the furthest tip, right out into Lake Michigan. So you got to take a ferry to get out there. And then there's actually another ferry to another island, and you can go out there. It's just really a cool thing to check out. Door County, recommend that. And yeah, if you want to go further north, a lot of people go visit the North Woods, right? Like, it's pretty common for a lot of people, if they live in Madison or Milwaukee, they say they're going to go up north, right? They're going up to their North Woods, maybe cabin, or just going for, a weekend away, that kind of thing. So it's pretty common for people to go up to Minocqua or Bayfield or Eagle River or Rhinelander or wherever it might be, somewhere in the North Woods, to get away from the city life. So it's definitely a great experience. If you're living in Madison, that's definitely something you might want to do if you're living here. What else? In the wintertime, there's actually skiing and snowboarding. So there's 3 ski hills within an hour drive of Madison. So there's Cascade Mountain up near Portage, and then Tyrrell Basin near Mount Horeb, and then Devil's Head right near Baraboo. What else? So a little further to the west is Cave of the Mounds and House on the Rock. Both of those places are really cool places to go check out. Just this really cool rock formations and mounds. That's just really awesome. Let's see. Another great thing up is the Wisconsin Dells. Okay, so this is the home of America's largest water park. Noah's Ark is a big water park up there that I've been to many times over my life. And there's other water parks nearby and other just attractions and mini golf and go-karts, and it's a little bit touristy, I'd say, but definitely lots of activities, especially for kids or anyone with family. Definitely lots of things to do in Wisconsin Dells, but it's pretty common to go up there and visit. And the nice part too is they even have indoor water parks. So if you want to go, and maybe in the middle of February, you're thinking, oh, it'd be nice to be in the Caribbean right now, but you can't go to the Caribbean. So instead, maybe you go up to the Wisconsin Dells and go stay at a water park for a weekend, and you can get a little bit of warmer experience anyway, a different experience there. But other things in the winter, there's ice skating around here. So there's lots of different places to ice skate. One of the really cool places to go is like down by the Edgewater, which is right downtown, right along Lake Monona there. There's a place at River Place in Monona, a nice outdoor rink. It's really right along the Yahara River, really cool place. And then some natural places that are really cool is over by Tenney Park or Vilas Park, and over by next to the zoo, at the Vilas Zoo. And both of those, they've got some outdoor skating, as long as the weather's cold enough and that kind of thing. Really great place to go. In the fall, you might want to visit maybe some orchards. There's apple orchards nearby. There's also pumpkin patches nearby. Some people even like to go on a drive, right? We have A lot of deciduous trees here, so the trees change colors and they can just be vibrant and just totally magical and colorful, especially in the North Woods. A lot of times people in the fall maybe like to go for a drive and head north, and like just going through the trees and seeing some of the wood trees changing colors can be really magical. Other things to go watch if you're maybe not as active but still like to enjoy some scenery and outdoors, people definitely go eagle watching up by like Sauk Prairie, just north of Madison. Or there's actually some other eagles nearby here in Monona as well that you can sometimes see. But a lot of times people like to, they have a bunch of nests, I think, right along the Wisconsin River and Lake Wisconsin up by Prairie du Sac. And so, yeah, eagle watching. What else? Mountain biking. So there is mountain biking around here, even though we don't have giant mountains, but there's definitely mountain biking and mountain biking trails all over the place. So one of my favorites to go to just east of Madison is Camrock. It's over by Cambridge. Or you can go, Black Hawk is over on the west side of west of Middleton. And just to the south of Madison is Quarry Ridge. Those are three really great places. There's also a bunch of other places, but those are probably three of my favorites right off the top of my head. And I've been to those several times. I think there's some great mountain biking going by. And if you're into road biking or other just regular bicycle riding, there's tons of bike trails all over the place. So the Capital City Trail is a great trail that goes right through the city that in a lot of areas actually feels a little more rural because you go through some rural parts of the city that you don't even realize that you're like in the city, but it's really a cool little spot. So Capital City Trail, recommend that. Or you can go Glacial Drumlin Trail and the Military Ridge Trail. Those were old railroad tracks, railroad beds that they converted to bike trails. So they go for quite a ways. You can go a long ways on those trails, and they're connected to everything else. So some really cool connections there. Let's see, what else? There's also a great restaurant scene. So whether you're into supper clubs or fine dining or looking for a bar and grill, or you're interested in just tons of various ethnic foods, there's really a lot of options. And one of the things I love about Madison and the Madison area is that there's so many of these are locally owned, right? They're not just chains. They're not just your standard kind of chain franchise restaurants. They're more locally owned stuff, and it's ethnic. A lot of really great options, and this is always changing, but definitely a good restaurant scene. Let's see. Next up, parks. There's parks like nearly everywhere. So whether you're looking to just play frisbee in the park, or you want to go on some play equipment with your family, or play basketball or pickleball or tennis, or do something else, just relax in the park. There's parks all over the place and all over the city, and it's just really embedded into the culture to have really parks right nearby a lot of the homes, regardless of where you may live in the Madison area. What else? If you're looking for a little bit of comedy, and there's even comedy clubs, right? So you can check those out. Looking for something more interesting and unique to do, there's maker spaces. So there's a place called like Bad Art Company, and you can go in there and make crafts and do some different artwork. A place called Grand Inspired down in Stoughton, and you can build this custom woodworking stuff or the bodgery. Some of these things you can go in and use that creative juices in your brain and get involved in stuff. So there's different things to do like that as far as maker spaces. What else? Music venues. So there's tons of music venues also in town. A couple of my favorites, right? The Sylvie is right near downtown. High Noon Saloon is a good spot to go see local bands and stuff like that. The Barrymore, you can also check out different concerts and shows there, or the Majestic Theater. All of those are really good options for going to see some music venues. What else? And then there's dog parks all over the place. So if you have a dog and you're looking to take them to a park, you can go to Warner Park, or there's another dog park over by Alliant Energy Center. There's actually a bunch of different dog parks. There's even one called the Boneyard where you can go in and they serve like some drinks and food and stuff, and you can hang out with your other people that bring their dog and just come out and hang out at the dog park. So check that out. Or if it's a little rainy outside and the weather's a little bad, there's even stuff to do indoors. You can go bowling, and there's arcades or trampoline parks, or there's some other activities that you can do as well if the weather isn't always cooperating. So there you go. There's 50 of the top things that you could do in Madison and the Madison area in Wisconsin. And I hope you found this helpful. I hope you found this interesting. And I'm sure there's lots more that I could add to this list, but we thought we'd cap it off at 50, at least for now. And if you want to learn more about what it's actually like to live in Madison and the Madison area, feel free to reach out to our real estate team. Either myself or one of our other team members would be happy to talk to you. We're very comfortable and experts in all the different neighborhoods and communities in the Madison area, and happy to help you figure out what might be the best one for you. I hope you found this video helpful, and yeah, this was a lot of fun to run through this list of 50 of the top things to do in Madison and the surrounding areas. I'm Josh with the Lavik Home Team. Have a great day.